Well, hi boys and girls. Alfie and I are back again this week for another story, and I know it's Thursday today. Yeah, I know we normally do this on Wednesday, but I came looking for you yesterday to do a story and I couldn't find you anywhere. You were being kind. Right. Is there something to this? Yeah, I know Charlie. Charlie's one of your friends, isn't he? What happened? You were helping Charlie. Oh, that's nice. Because it's nice to help each other. And so that's why I couldn't find you yesterday. Oh, right. Well, I'm glad there was nothing wrong. There was something wrong. What was wrong? Charlie's hamster ran away. Oh, Charlie's hamster's really cute. So what did you do? You helped to find him. Gosh, that must have taken you all day. It did. You were around Charlie's all day, were you? Oh, right. Did you find him? He was hiding behind the shed. Oh, so Charlie's hamster is back safe and sound. And he's running round his little wheel as if nothing had happened. Okay. Well, I'm glad everything turned out all right. But we are a day late this week in doing our story, but you know why now. Because Alfie was busy chasing hamsters yesterday. But actually, Alfie, it's good because I've got a story today about somebody who ran away. No, it's not the story of the lost sheep. You've heard that. I know you've heard that. No, it's not the story of the lost sheep. Or the boy who ran away. No, it's not that one either. Actually, you've never heard this story before. Oh, all right, you get excited. Oh, he likes new stories. You've got a very important question to ask. Don't tell me, has it got a happy ending? Is that? Yeah. Yes, it does have a happy. It's got a very happy ending. So let's start. This story is not about the lost sheep or the boy who ran away and ended up feeding pigs. This is a story about a man called Onesimus. I know it's a funny name, but a lot of people had funny names in those days. Onesimus worked for a man called Philemon. That's another funny name. Well, I got another one for you. He lived in a place called Colossae. Haven't I got a story with easy names? Okay, I'll give you another easy name. Do you know Paul? That's an easy name. Can I say the name again? Okay, it's Onesimus. Why couldn't he have a good name like Alfie? Well, he didn't. He was called Onesimus. Can we get on with the story? Okay. Onesimus worked for a man called Philemon. And one day, he actually wasn't just working for him. He was a slave. He was owned by Philemon. And one day, Onesimus thought, I'm fed up of being a slave. I'm going to run away. Now, you know, for a slave to run away was very serious. If they were caught, they'd be punished really badly. They might even be killed. So Onesimus knew the danger of running away. But he thought, no, I'm going to get away from here. And he left Colossae. And he travelled miles and miles and miles and miles. He travelled ever such a long way until finally he ended up in a place called Rome. Now, have you heard of Rome? Well done. Yes, it's in Italy. Good. It's the capital of Italy. Well, at this time, it was the centre of the Roman Empire, a very important place. It was there that the emperor of Rome lived. And that's where Onesimus ended up. Well, to cut a long story short, Onesimus started living in Rome, and one day he bumped into a man called Paul. Now, we've heard a lot about Paul, haven't we? There are some great stories about Paul, yes. And he and Paul became good friends. Now, it just so happened that Paul knew Philemon, Onesimus's master. And Paul, as he started talking to Onesimus, what do you think he told Onesimus about? No, it wasn't about his master. He told him about Paul's own master, Jesus. And he started telling him what a wonderful person Jesus was, and all that he had done, and how he died upon the cross so that we can be forgiven. And suddenly Onesimus thought, I'm fed up of running. I want to be happy again. And the first thing that Onesimus did was to give his life to Jesus. He became Jesus' friend. But then one day, as he and Paul were having a meal together, Onesimus turned to Paul and said, you know, I did a very bad thing in running away. And I know you know my master Philemon, and he's really a very kind man. I shouldn't have left, but I want to go back to him. And Paul says, you could end up in big trouble. I know, he said, but I want to do what's right. And you know, Alfie, when you become a follower of Jesus, you start wanting to do things that are right and do things that you know aren't wrong. And Onesimus says, I want to go back to Philemon. I want to live with him again and serve him. All right, says Paul, I'll write a letter to him. I'll ask him to take you back. There's one thing more, said Onesimus. Before I left, I stole some money. I took something that didn't belong to me, and I haven't got the money to pay my master back. Don't worry, says Paul, I'll write to Philemon. And he did. He wrote him a letter, and he gave it to Onesimus to take with him when he went back to his master. And in that letter, which is in the Bible, it's called the Book of Philemon. It's not actually a book, it's a letter. He says, take Onesimus back, not as a slave, but as if he was part of your family. Oh, and one other thing, Philemon, he said, if he owes you anything, I want you to forgive him. If he owes you anything, I'll pay it back, Paul says. But I want you to forgive Philemon. And so Philemon went back to his master. Now, we're not told what happened when he got there. But what do you think happened? You think Philemon forgave him, even though he'd done things wrong. Why do you think he did that? Because Paul asked him to. And why should he listen to Paul? Because Paul was his friend. And that's what friends do. They help each other. They care for each other. And you know, boys and girls, when you're a friend of Jesus, he speaks to God for us and says, you know, all those bad things that they've done, I want you to forgive them. All the lies and all the nastiness and all the times they've been cheeky, I want you to forgive them because they're my friends. And that's what friends are for. Because you see, Alfie, when Jesus died upon the cross, he took our punishment. He paid our debt. Hope you enjoyed the story, boys and girls. And I hope the hamster doesn't run away again. Charlie did say thank you. Oh, I'm sure he did. You were glad to help because that's what friends are for. And Charlie gave you a bar of chocolate. Right, okay. You didn't do it for that, did you? No. You did it to help. Boys and girls, been great talking to you, and don't forget, Jesus is the best friend of all, and he's the one that's always there for us. Thank you for listening. Have a great day today. See you soon. Bye.